Hey guys, this video is going to be showing how to sharpen Tanto tips on the Spyderco Sharpmaker, as well as how to sharpen chisel ground blades. This was requested by a couple different people, but most recently someone wanted to see it, so I figured it was time to make the video. So I got my Spyderco Sharpmaker here, got all the rods and stones out, and then for my test knife, because it's the only Tanto knife I have that isn't already sharp, is actually a little rip-off blade. This is a Benchmade 910 striker design, but it's not Benchmade. It's just some Chinese, who knows what. It's got the logo and everything on there, but I know it's fake. I did a whole video on counterfeit knives, but anyway, you can see the thumb disc fell off on this. It's just really poor quality, but anyway, it's dull, so that's what I'm going to be using for my video here. You see here it is partially serrated, has a combo edge. When you're using the corners of the stones, doesn't matter. You can sharpen serrations like this, but obviously, as per instructions, don't use the flat stones for the serrations, and do not use the coarse stones for the serrations. Okay, but let's just assume for this video that this is plain edge. So it is Tanto tip. It is not chisel ground though. It's a traditional V grind. So I'll just pretend it's chisel ground just for the demonstration here, but I'll show you how that works. So first, I'm going to put all my stones aside here. Now, today I'm just going to be working with the fine white stones. Don't mind, they're very dirty. I have to clean them today. But get my guide rods here, and let's open this up. Alright, first thing you want to do, of course, is pick which side you want. One's 40 degrees, one's 30 degrees. This knife, I know, is 20 degrees per side, so I'm going with the 40 on this. Put your guide rods in. Okay. And then again, I'm just using the white stones here, the fine ones. Now I'm starting off with the corners of the rod, not the flats, but the corners. Okay, so let's pop those in. And something I see a lot of people do is they're ready to go just like this. But if you don't already know, the cover here just slips right on. Gives you a lot more handle here. So if I suggest when you're doing this, just to put the cover back on, because it just gives you a lot more to hold on to here. But I don't know, I see some people sharpening without it. I don't know if you don't like it like that, or maybe you just didn't know it pops on there, but it does. So here we go. This is again, the rip-off 910 knife. First, let me show you how to do a chisel ground blade. I mean, the instructions show you this, but I'm just going to go over it real quick. Let's just say that this side of the blade with the logo is the sharpened side, and the other side is the flat part. Okay, just for demonstration purposes. What you want to do is the side that has the sharpened edge, you want to do a couple more passes than the other side. Okay, so let's just say, in this case, 5 passes. So you want to come down, do 5 passes, and then you switch over and just do 1 pass on the flat side. Okay, it's that simple. Then you just repeat the process as needed until it's sharp. As far as Tanto blades, this here is your main point, but right where the angle changes here, this is called the secondary point. And what you want to do for this is I'm going to use the rods to sharpen just the straight edge here. When the angle changes, I'm going to do something different with that. But right now, pretending this is a plain edge here, because I'm using the corners, I can go all the way down because that will sharpen the serrations. But I'm just sharpening from here to here. Okay, I'm not worrying about this section yet. I'll show you that in just a minute. So this is just from here to here, and let's pretend this is chisel ground. So I'd start from the base of the knife here, where it's sharpened. I would come down and I would stop here. Very important, let me give you a side view. It's very important you do not roll off, okay? Because what's going to happen is you're going to round this secondary point. And although it's not, a huge deal, it's still going to be nice and sharp, but you want to maintain that sharp angle there. Okay, that's what makes this effective, is this being pointy. So, I'll give you a side angle. Coming all the way down and stopping. Okay, I know it's going to be a little hard to stop there. You're going to have a tendency to roll off. Not a big deal if you do it a couple times. Just try to stop right at that point. Okay, so coming down about 5 on this side, and then 1 on this side. And you're just repeating that process. Okay, so now let's just say you've gone through the stones and this portion is nice and razor sharp, and this is not. Now we got to work on this. Okay. Now for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the guide rods out here and the stones. Now you don't need your guide rods for this portion. I'm going to close this, and then underneath you have those 2 grooves. put your stones in those grooves and use it just like a regular bench stone. Okay? So now we're just doing some hand sharpening. Now this is completely flat, so the only issue here is when you're sharpening the tip, you're going to sharpen this just as if it was a chisel. Okay? Nice and straight and easy. The hard part here is maintaining your good angle, okay, because this is freehand sharpening. There's no guides here except the fact that the stone is completely flat, so you have to create your 20-degree angle. In this case, it's 20 degrees on each side. So you have to hold a consistent angle as you're sharpening across, okay? The good thing here is that you don't have to worry about which direction you're going, you know, anything like that. It's just nice and straight. It's straightforward. You're starting all the way at the base here, and you're just pushing forward on the correct angle. Now you don't want to really dig down hard, and you don't want to just graze across. You just want to give it a little bit of pressure. You don't need a lot. The stones will do all the work. And again, if this was chisel grounds, I'll do 4 or 5 passes on the one side, and I'll flip it over and just do 1 pass on the other. Okay? It's that simple. The thing with Tanto tips or Tanto tips is that it just takes more time. You have to have a little bit of patience with it, but you know, if you do it just like that, you know, and like I said, you take your time, you go over it, you keep testing your edge, you'll be happy with the results. So, there you have it. That's the Sharpening Tanto or Tanto Blades on the Spyderco Sharpmaker, as well as chisel grinds. Hope this video was helpful. Appreciate you watching, and I thank you for your time. Take care.